Have you ever done a deal with an agent and they don't seem quite right? Like you get this shady vibe from them, or something just doesn't seem right about it. They seem like they're holding back information, or they're trying to play this poker card kind of hand. Well, there are shady agents, and there are agents you can't trust. And so, as a new agent, you need to decide what type of agent you want to be. So, I am Danielle Shepard, and I am your host of Being Present in Real Estate. And today we are going to talk about being the agent that others can trust. So, let's just dive right in. And if you haven't liked and followed our podcast, please do so. I would really appreciate it. So, being the agent that others can trust. Let's talk about that. So, in the last couple of days, one of my agents has had some issues with the transaction because the agent has been a little shady. They are trying to pull some negotiation techniques that are less than honest, saying that, oh, we need to renegotiate the price based on the appraisal, but the appraisal's not back yet, or we need to, just do some things that really put a bad taste in your mouth. So, in this business, you need to understand your reputation as an agent is everything, literally. The way you conduct yourself as an agent and as a person reflect directly on how your business is going to go. If you're an agent who tries to bully yourself through a transaction by intimidation, by being sneaky, those are not good qualities of a good agent. And it doesn't help you. When you think back on your reputation, what do you want to be known for? Because that's what a reputation is. When your clients talk about you years down the road, what do you want them to say about you? Do you want them to say, she cared so much about us during that transaction, or he did everything he could to make sure this transaction got to closing and it was smooth, and he negotiated the best he could? Or do you want them to say, well, they got me a good deal because they lied to the other agent? And, what do you want them to remember about you? Because remember, money is transactional, relationships or rapport is forever. Let's talk about your reputation amongst each other. I was one of those agents that I did not network. We've talked about that before. I am kind of a shy person. No one ever believes me when I say that, but I really am. I don't really do well in groups. I don't do well in social situations. I'm kind of the wallflower. I'm just not real comfortable. Small talk, that kind of stuff. I'm just not comfortable with that. So when I got into real estate, everybody told me you needed to go to networking events and you needed to do all of these things. Go to the parties, because in real estate world, there are parties all the time. Title company parties and lender parties and parties and open house parties. There's like literally a party all the time. Well, that wasn't me either. And so I didn't go. And that's okay. You don't have to do that. But now that I've been in it 9 years, I see the value of showing my face. But let's talk about why I didn't go. So, in all that time, I did not do any networking. So, what does that mean? Unless I did a deal with an agent, they don't really know who I am. So, I don't really have that name recognition reputation unless I've done a deal with that agent. So, it's not ever been hard because once people do a deal with me, then they realize what kind of agent I am. But at the same time, could it have been easier if they would have gotten to know me in a different situation and known how I do business? Well, I see that as a two-sided coin. On one side, I have been to some of these networking events and I have seen realtors in a whole different light, and they're a hot mess express. And they're, when I do a deal with them, it shows that. Then there's the other realtors that I see them in a whole different light, but in business, they're amazing. So where do I need to find that reputation from? It's from doing deals with people and having business interactions with them, seeing them at open houses and having that transactional journey with another agent. Letting them know that when I say I will get something done, I will get it done. Back when you were probably in elementary school and when you were younger, your parents or someone told you your word is your bond. We talked about handshake deals. Back in the olden days, there were handshake deals. Contracts were one piece of paper. Okay, this is really back in the olden days, like even before me. But contracts were one piece of paper. And there were handshake sales transactions because your word was your bond. There are agents in this business that I know, if they tell me, hey, these repairs have been done, I am just having a hard time getting the invoices from the contractor, but I guarantee you they've been done, then I know they've been done. And I know I'll get those invoices, but I know they've been done. But then I also know there are agents in this agency or in this world that when they say, hey, I got these done but I can't get the invoices yet. And I'm like, well, we're not going to close until I get those invoices because I don't trust them. I don't trust those agents. And it's because they've done something in the transaction to make me not trust them. So you have to think very hard about that because your word is your bond. If you tell someone, I will have this to you the next day, or I will have this to you as soon as possible, have it to them. Having a transaction, or I've had a transaction recently where the agent was telling me how well qualified his client was, and we were in a multiple offer situation. Well qualified his client was, everything was great, everything was good. Well, then all of a sudden we get this amendment that says, oh, we need more days to get financing. Oh, and we changed the type of financing they're going to get. I'm sorry, what? So then I call the lender, or I'm sorry, I have the lender call me, and I'm talking to the lender, and the lender's like, yeah, the house that he had for sale fell through, and so we're having to restructure his loan. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? This was not a contingent contract. And so now I have zero trust for that agent because when he wrote this contract, they wrote it as no contingency, and it is a contingency. That is a trust breaker. There are things that you do in the process of a contract. If you don't represent yourself and your client in a truthful way, You break trust in the transaction. So now my sellers and I are not going to trust anything in this deal because that trust factor has been broken. So when you can't be trusted as an agent, you have killed your reputation. And I don't know if it can come back. I have people that, I mean, I've been in this almost 10 years, and I have people that I've did a deal with in the very beginning of my career, and I still don't trust them. And I don't know if I can ever get that back. Same thing that happens in our personal life. Once someone breaks that trust, you don't trust them again. You're very guarded with them. That same thing holds in real estate. It's that same personal thing. If you break my trust, I'm not going to just fully trust you. And real estate is a trusting business. Our reputation is everything. I cannot convey that enough. So, not just your reputation with your clients, but your reputation with each other. You need to make sure that you know what kind of real estate agent you are going to be. Are you going to be the selling sunset shady kind? The kind that you see on TV that are crafting deals and doing all that's not real life. Somebody said that to me the other day. They're like, "Oh, do you watch those shows?" No, because those shows are not real life. That is not reality. That is not real estate. That is not reality. Would I trust those people? Hell no. Excuse my language. But I'm just gonna trust them. If I had to do a deal with one of those people from TV, I would not trust them. Have you seen them on the show? Reputation is everything. If you can't be trusted as an agent by other agents, that is a problem. And it literally takes one time. And that one time can mean the difference between your client getting a contract and not. Because here's what happened in the last 3 years when we were in these multiple offer situations. We had many contracts that would come in that were the exact same. The exact same. The bottom line number were the exact same. So you presented 12 contracts to the seller. 12 contracts. Every single one of our contracts had an estimated net sheet on the top of it. Every single one of them said, this is the bottom line. This is what the contract's offering. This is who the lender is. This is who, every single one. Every time I had a multiple offer situation when I had contracts that were the exact same, the seller always asked me, which one would you choose? Well, here's my answer. I can't tell you what to choose, but I will tell you this person I have done a deal with before and it did not go smoothly. This person I've worked with before and it went great. This person I've never done a deal with, so I don't know. So I can't tell you what to choose, but if you want my opinion, this is what I think. And then I let them decide. Knowing my seller trusts me, what do you think they went with? If I had 3 identical offers, the person I've done a deal with before that it went smoothly. Your reputation is everything. Being a trustworthy agent is everything. So, keeping this in mind, being the agent that is a trustworthy agent, that is a reputable agent, should be top of mind. top on your priority list. Y'all have a great week. Remember to be kind and be present at all times in real estate. And like and subscribe for more, and we will see you soon. Take care.